morning. Yeah, drinking some kombucha this morning. This might be my favorite kombucha out there. Control Burn by Trabucha, which is made right up the road. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you Marion. Good morning, Marion. How are you?
Hi, I made it.
You made it. You sure did.
Yeah, it's almost 6:30 in the morning here.
Hey, happy 6:30 in the morning there.
There's nobody up in my building here, I don't think.
Well, you know what? I'm going to get the pots and pans. I'm going to rattle them down and wake everybody up. How does that sound?
Yeah, okay, give them some music.
Yeah. The watermelon water is incredible. It's so good. It's good for hydration. That's for sure.
Is that what
Yeah.
you're drinking?
I had that yesterday, and
Oh,
I think it was yesterday. It was fantastic, Marion.
so you're
Marion,
not working all day today, are you?
of course not. I got to sleep sometime. No, I'm
I
just
know.
teasing.
You're a workaholic. I saw
Uh,
that nice video of your shop. Boy, you have a lot of inventory.
oh, in Wake Forest?
Yeah,
Well, thank you. I'm too embarrassed to make one for Raleigh, but
that sounds like a
uh,
nice little town.
I
What's the
like Wake Forest. I
population?
really do. I
What's the
like the
pop?
store. I like the I like the building. I like the glass windows.
Mhm.
It's very community there. I like that.
Yeah. How big a
Absolutely,
town
yeah.
is it?
I'm
How,
sorry.
how big of a town is it? What's the
It's not very big at all. You
Small.
basically saw downtown.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, good morning, Steve. Yeah. Eat your water. Watermelon is the most hydrating food. Yeah.
It's,
Well, when you put it in water, it gives it a wonderful taste. And then of course, when you have the watermelon, it's even more hydration. Hey, good morning, Mike. And did I say good morning to Steve? Yeah, yeah. Wow. So, oh, Marion, cheers. Cheers, Marion. Cheers.
thank you. Got my.
Cheers.
Usually every morning I go have coffee with some friends at 8 o'clock here, but today the little cafe is closed, so
Oh,
had to make my own coffee.
oh, my stars. Yeah.
But
So I met Marion through the reselling community. I've seen her pop on Paul's station channel before, Paul Antonelli.
yeah.
I'm sure there's a few of you here that know him.
Mhm.
And hey, good morning, Stephen. And then I've seen you on other channels
Yeah.
too. But when I went on as a guest for Flippin' Frozen, which is Donna,
Donna.
and Out for Things for Sale, Marion was there. So we got a chance to hang out and talk a little bit. So when we were in the green room after the stream had ended,
Uh-huh.
Marion shared some really cool things with me. And Marion, I think not only myself would be interested in hearing more, but I think the coffee and vinyl people would love to hear
A
your little
little bit.
story.
Well, yeah, in the early 60s, I, my husband worked for Capitol Records in Hollywood, California, in the round building. He was a tax director there. And um, they used to allow us $25 worth of records every month. So every month we would pick out some records, and pretty soon those record albums were piling up. Those days was Peggy Lee, Tony Martin, Nancy Wilson, Herbie Alpert with the Tijuana Brass, for somehow I remember him. And of course the Beatles, which at that time I was just very young and I didn't have a clue who the Beatles were or what they did. My younger son reminded me the other day that we did have the White Album, and we carted our records around every move we made. I moved quite a few times. And he said he thinks I sold it at a yard sale, probably for $1. Anyway, so it was kind of an exciting time because we got invited to a few parties. Um, and I met a few of the stars there. I did not meet the Beatles, but some of the other well-known singing stars. So it was kind of exciting, but listen, I guess I was in my early 30s. I had 2 little boys and I didn't have a clue what was going on except to take care of my kids and whatever.
Well, that is awesome.
Yeah.
So what were some of
exciting.
the what were some of your favorite records that you got from with your stipend?
I think I'm trying to remember. Was it Tony Martin? He was a nice singer. I think we had, I don't know, Frank Sinatra. I don't quite remember. But I did grow up in Burbank, California, which is right next to Hollywood. And there were 2 high schools. And Debbie Reynolds, she was a little bit older than I am. She was at the other high school, and remember about her. And then a lot of these stars lived in a section called Toluca Lake, which was just down the street from where I lived. There was a little lake, and they had built some beautiful homes around there. I think it's still a really nice upscale neighborhood. Frank Sinatra lived there with his first wife, and I think he had a pink house. And then the studios were there too, the Columbia Studio. And when I was in school, we would ride our bikes up to the gate and hung around with my girlfriends to see if we could get any autographs.
Oh, did you get any autographs?
I don't have any. I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I think I
But it was
have an
still fun.
autograph book somewhere packed away, but I don't remember if I got anybody. But those were fun years for me.
I bet they were. So I went to the inflation calculator, and $25 in 1965 would be like a $200 stipend for today. So
Yeah.
that is awesome.
We got a lot of records, and I guess we had one of those old record players. It was a piece of furniture, which they're vintage now, and people like to buy them mid-century, I guess. But I don't think we played very many. I don't remember too much, but
I would probably guess that all the records you got were promo copies, and so you probably had a promo, the Beatles, the one with the white cover.
I don't know. I don't really know. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it was exciting.
Did your husband ever tell you any stories like that band, they broke the couch in the hotel and we had to buy a new couch?
Oh, no. He didn't have too much interaction with the singers, stars, because he was strictly taxes. He was up there in his office, there wasn't something. Before he went to Capitol, he worked for the IRS for 10 years, and there he did audit a lot of movie stars.
Yeah.
And he could tell some stories about
I bet.
But so he had an interesting career. Then in 1973, he got a job for Memorex in San Jose. We moved to San Jose. No, I'm sorry, 68, we moved to San Jose. And
well, I like Memorex.
Yeah.
Did you get a bunch of free tapes every month?
No, didn't bring home any tapes.
Oh.
So Memorex tried to take over IBM, so that was the end of them in those years.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
It was the little guy trying to take over the big guy. And then in 73, we came to Arizona, and I've been here ever since.
Arizona. That's cool.
Arizona.
So when your husband was at Capitol, did you guys ever go to any parties or gatherings?
Well, yeah, I do remember a holiday party. I forgot the name of the president of the company, but he invited everybody. I think we went to a couple parties. The one party we went to, I remember I was pregnant, and I guess that must have been in 63, because 64, my son was born in February, so I was already pretty big pregnant. And I vaguely remember going to the party, and it was in a beautiful home, and it was really elegant. But
was it at the president's house?
Yeah, it was house.
Yeah,
You'd have to look up the name of the guy who was president in those years. I don't remember.
So, okay, cool. So if you guys are joining us, Marion is hanging out with us today. Her husband worked for Capitol Records for a few years in the 60s, and she's telling us some cool stories about being the wife
But
of a husband who was a
yes,
tax executive for an accountant executive for Capitol Records, and he worked
yeah,
in the round building and
yeah, in Hollywood,
in
I guess that
Hollywood.
building's still there, I'm sure.
It
But
is. It
it
is.
was
Yeah.
always was a well-known landmark, people, Hollywood and Vine, famous
Hollywood and
corner.
Vine.
Yep,
When
yeah.
you went to the party, was there any musicians on the label there?
I, I couldn't tell you. Don't
Oh, you
remember.
could have Ringo Starr could have walked by and you wouldn't have known it.
No, that's over 50 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah, I don't remember too much. I remember going to the party because I remember I had a really pretty smock on and stuff like that. But no, I don't remember a whole lot. It's a
Well,
long time.
that is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we had some experiences. So it was a good life. I feel very fortunate. Have had a very good life all these years, and Arizona has been very good to my family.
Oh, good.
So
Good, good.
yeah, my son, he has a building company in Raleigh. Is that close to you?
Raleigh, North Carolina?
Yeah,
It is this
yeah.
close, Marion, this close. I'm
He
actually in Raleigh.
he says that the home buying business is pretty good there. They've done
It's
well.
crazy.
I
Yeah.
think I'm not sure. I think it's Legacy Homes.
Legacy Combs?
Legacy. Have you ever heard of it?
Legacy?
Meritage Homes. Legacy. But he travels there quite often. He likes it.
Does he live it?
He lives here. He lives in
He
the
lives,
south.
but his company is in Raleigh and he
Well,
travels?
no, his headquarters is here in Arizona, but one of his uh, companies is in Raleigh. He has them all over. So yeah, but he likes it. He said it's a nice town.
Well, you're going to have him stop by sometime and say hey to me.
Okay. I don't know if he's interested in records. I'll have to tell him he needs some new hobbies because he's retiring next
Oh,
month.
well, absolutely. Yeah. And
Yeah,
plus,
he's got.
yeah.
Yeah, he goes back.
Legacy Homes, custom home builder in Raleigh, North Carolina.
They're not custom. I don't know what they're building there, uh, because over here they're building starter homes. He changed the model of the company after 2008, and now they're
Uh-huh.
doing starter homes, which has been really successful. Like 250, 300,000, you could get a pretty nice house. It's a little outside the city. You have to drive a little ways, but not too bad. People commute to downtown Phoenix if they work downtown.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Mm-hmm.
starter home business is booming, booming.
Booming, booming,
Mm.
booming. I know here in
Mhm.
Raleigh, houses are being purchased and leveled, and then a big one's put up in its place. And plus, we're very fortunate that we're getting a lot of modern looking homes. A lot
Oh
of the
my,
the
yeah,
tin box looking homes, which is
yeah,
with all the angles, which is really
yeah.
cool. I love seeing those.
So
I would
you
like
have
to
a
have.
lot of small towns adjoining Raleigh.
We do, and which is
Yeah,
good because you know it's a large area and there's a lot of people that enjoys our records. And but yeah, yeah, and
yeah.
Marion, I think Marion, you you do some bidding and you win some
I'm
um,
reseller. My son,
storage lockers.
my other son does the storage lockers,
Do you guys
and
ever find records?
yeah, we do. I haven't found any for a long time, but don't forget, a lot of locker facilities here have outside units, and if you store your records there in the summer, forget it. It's
Oh,
too
in
hot
Arizona, I guess so.
if they're
Yeah.
inside. But this was a while ago. He knows a little more than I do. He got these. They're like the vinyl records, and the one was bright yellow, the other was red, sort of
Oh, yeah.
translucent. You know what they were. He sold one of them. I know he told me $65 he got for it.
Very cool. We
But
love colored vinyl.
what do you call them?
Colored vinyl.
Colored vinyl. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he knows a little bit. He used to be good friends with these guys they owned called Tracks and Wax. It was a record store here. So
Yeah.
it's gone.
It's
Um,
gone. So our
Buy
buddy
cap.
Tom, who lives in Arizona, has talked about tracks and racks.
He
Yeah,
did, yeah, they were. And then what was the other, Zia's Records?
Zia's still there, and our other buddy, well, Tom also goes there, and then Kurt, who comes and hangs out with us in the mornings. He's been there before, and he brought me a bag, and so I have a bag that I need to hang on the wall from the store. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So you
well,
do a lot of mail order, don't you?
I do a lot of mail order. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have as much inventory in the other two stores as the one here that you were in?
Raleigh has more, and Wake Forest, Selma has a little less. So
Yeah.
there we go. But yeah, and cool
Good.
things like that.
Yeah, yeah, it's a fun business. So we buy the lockers, and I pull off some things trying to sell them on the YouTube. I kind of like it.
Yeah,
Although
YouTube
today,
auctions are fun. Yeah,
I'm
I do the
really
buy it now.
Yeah,
I don't
think
have a license, and you have to have a license in North
I think
Carolina.
it's gonna go to buy it now. Paul thinks there's gonna be some big changes
Yeah,
with this selling on YouTube. They're gonna have more rules. Maybe they're gonna charge or something. I don't know. But
we'll see. Who
it's
knows? I
fun.
know that
I do
I'm
really
playing it
good on
safe.
Paul's auction. I did
I'm sorry?
Paul's, yes. I do good on Paul's auction. Pretty
Good.
Donna's
We also have to
as
You
many
also have to keep
people.
your eyes open for cassettes and for CDs and reel-to-reels and those rock and roll T-shirts. And when you're out there digging through those
Yeah,
stores,
he knows the cassettes. He hasn't fooled with much because usually they're pretty bad looking. That people don't take care of them. The little cassettes, you still have a market for those?
we love cassettes, and we always look for the ones that are in the best condition that
In
you
the
know sound the
original
best.
little folder too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we love cassettes and reel-to-reels and 8-tracks and CDs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Found
music.
any
That's what it's all
8-tracks for
about.
a long time. Yeah. So, but yeah, we find a lot of different things, and he bought 4 lockers yesterday, so he's gonna be busy. the next
4.
few da- 4 of them to clean out. Ooh, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Well, you tell him that we're interested in those cassettes he finds and those records
Okay.
and all this and all that.
I'm gonna look closer at them.
Yeah, that's for sure. And concert T-shirts, that's cool. Rock and roll T-shirts.
Yeah, he knows about the shirts.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, Marion, you got big plans for today?
I'm just going to my son's house. There's 8 of us for dinner.
Oh, good.
I don't cook anymore unless no more cooking. It's the next generation's turn.
Well, you mean cook or just cook it all?
Today? Are you gonna have
I'm sorry?
turkey today? Are you gonna have
probably not.
No?
Having a chili. I am gonna have a chili today, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. What's the weather like there?
Oh, the weather, it was rainy on the way in, but the rain should go away. We have 64 degrees now, and we're looking for 71 degrees today.
About the same as here.
Yeah, and it looks like the rain's going to stop around 10:30, and it's going to be cloudy the rest of the day, but 71. So I'm looking forward to getting outside and getting some things done as I travel. And of course, I have to go to bed as early as I can so I can get up as early as I can because tomorrow is Record Store Day, Black Friday.
So you'll be in your store tomorrow?
Open early tomorrow morning and looking forward to that.
But you just let a couple of people in at a time? You have it spaced out?
Yes, ma'am. In Wake Forest, I can have, I'm allowing 2 people. In Raleigh, I'm having 1. Unless you live unless it's a couple that lives together.
Okay. Yeah. So that's good. Well, I hope you have good sales tomorrow.
Well, thank you. Well, it's Record Store Day, Black Friday. It's a special day, so we certainly hope so. Did you and your husband happen to buy any stocks from Capitol?
Stock. We did at the time, but I don't have it anymore.
With all the Beatles reissues, you probably would be doing all right with Capitol stock now.
Yeah, it would have been good at the time, but no, I don't think. I don't know. I'm sure he got some kind of stock option when he worked there, but he didn't keep it.
Yeah, with him being an accountant, he probably He probably
Yeah.
cashed out and made a lot of money then.
Yeah, yeah. He was very good with the taxes. So, yeah, he was good with money. He was
Well,
good.
cool.
So,
Well, I do
anyway,
appreciate you stopping by.
thank
To
you
see.
for asking me. And you have a
Absolutely.
great-
I'm sure people's going to enjoy this and on the replay and
Are you going to
it
be
was
on
great hearing
Donna's
the
tomorrow
story.
night?
I'm sorry?
Are you going to be on Donna's sale tomorrow night or
I'll
not?
be there for Saturday. Tomorrow is going to
Good.
be
Yeah,
a busy
good.
day for me with Record Store Day, Black Friday. But
Okay.
Donatella and T and some other people, it's a
Oh, yeah, you
marathon,
got it.
folks. That's going to start tomorrow and go through.
What time are you selling?
I'm waiting for T to give me the revised.
Oh,
She's T, options for you. She's.
yeah, I applied, but I didn't get in.
Oh, okay.
Still enough, but it's okay.
There's always next year.
Yeah.
And she scheduled me for Friday, but we spoke weeks ago, and I told her that because of Record Store Black Friday, I won't be able to do anything on Friday. So I'm doing something Saturday.
Saturday or Sunday, yeah.
Either
It's
one
pretty
or two.
successful. They get a big audience, so
Yeah.
you should do very well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to hanging out and meeting people and
Good
hopefully earning
contacts.
some money
Yep. Good.
and letting people get some really cool music that they're
Yeah.
would like to have in their life. So
Right.
yeah. I'm looking forward to hearing from your son. I got to meet him. I got to meet the son of the lady who went to the Capitol Records president's Christmas party at his private house.
I have two sons.
Yeah.
So they both live close by. So I'm really lucky that way.
Hey, good morning, Joyce and her kitty. Happy Thanksgiving.
I'll watch your chat now.
Thanks, Marion. Have fun. Thank you for joining us.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Happy Thanksgiving.
That had to be incredibly cool, folks, to have a $25 stipend in 1965. I think about the Beatles records. I think about all the cool things that were happening on Capitol Records in there. Capitol, they were really big with, Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and a lot of the crooners and cool things like that. But at the same time, they had rock and roll folks, and she could have been at the party and Brian Wilson walked right by her and she didn't even know it. So that's awesome. So yeah, what a cool story. I like hearing stories like that. And she did say when we were in the green room the other day that she went to the Capitol building and going to the building and checking it out. Of course, I think if I just went to Hollywood and never went inside the building just to see the building would be really cool. There was a promotion years ago, and I think it was the 50th anniversary of Capitals or the 60 or the 70 or something like that. And they sent me, yes, the Rat Pack era, absolutely. And they sent me this big cardboard thing that you put together, and it was round, and you could put records on each side, and it was probably this high, and it had the little needle or the peak, and I had it in Wake Forest, and I knew it wasn't going to last long. It just wouldn't last long, and so I gave it away. I have another one that's never been opened that I'm sure somebody would love to have. If I had a store that had an area in the back, kind of like Steve, where I could put something on the top and have it on display, it will be cool to have there. But yeah,